Okay, here we are in Chapter 3, Review 1 with the problems 24 through 29. Now we're writing an equation of lines here. Now remember, we've got two different kinds. We have y equals mx plus b, or we have ax plus by equals c. Now, on this one, I did the previous problems, working through them, where we did every problem in both of those kind. We're going to divide it right in half and do slope-intercept on this side and standard form on that side. If you need to go back to those other ones, that's all right. But in this one, we're just going to do one on each kind. So remember, the slope here is minus a over b. Okay, number 24. So we're going to do this. First thing we got to do is put in the slope. And we look at this, and they didn't even give us a slope. What are we going to do? We can't even do step 1 because we don't have a slope, but we do have 2 points. Now, do we remember how to get the slope from 2 points? Oh, of course we do. You take and subtract the y's and subtract the x's. So we're going to have the slope here is 8 minus 7 over 3 minus 0 equals 1/3. So that means the equation, now we can put in the slope, looks like y equals mx plus b. Put the plus b right there. We don't know what it is, but now we look here and we're like, oh, which one can we do? Well, in this one, look at that. That is a y-intercept. That's got to be b. We're done. B equals 7. So y equals 1/3 x plus 7. And notice, this has slope 1/3 and it goes through that. Well, we can try it. We can stick in the point 3 here and see if 8 pops out, and it does indeed work. If you wanted to use the other problem, the other point, you could have done that. You could have put a 3 there and an 8 there, and you would have had 8 equals 1/3 times 3 is 1 plus b. Subtract 1, you get b equals 7. Just to make sure you're aware, it doesn't matter which point you stick in. You're trying to get the equation of the line that has both of them, so they both have to work in the same equation that you end up with. So whether you choose the first one or the second one, when it says put in this point, it doesn't matter at all. Okay, the next one, 26. The 2 points are 8, 3 and negative 6, 3. Some of you may notice that, hey, look, y is always 3. Huh. Y is 3. And you would be right. Y is 3. It's done. That's the end. But we're going to do this the long way just to make sure everybody's okay with the process. The slope is going to be 3 minus 3 over 8 minus a minus 6. That's y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And notice that those are switched around. You can switch those around if you do it to both of them. So we get 0 over 14 equals 0. Slope is 0. Equations that have slope of 0 are straight horizontal, and they look like y equals some number, and look, there it is right there. Y equals the number 3. All right, last one down here, number 28. 3 minus a minus 2 over 12 minus 4. This is how we get the slope. So you have 5 over 8. So it'll be y equals, now we can put that slope in, 5/8 x plus our b. We don't know what the b is yet, but we can stick either one of these in, and I don't know which one looks better. Here we could stick a 12 in for x or a 4. I don't know. I guess a 4 would be all right. Stick a 4 there, and that should give us a negative 2. So negative 2 equals 5/8 times 4. It's going to be 5/2 plus b. So subtract 5/2 from both sides, and you get b equals a negative, let me see, negative 2 minus 5/2, that's negative 9/2. So then you write out the whole equation and you get y equals 5/8 x minus 9/2. There we go. Okay, for these other three, 25, 27, and 29, we're going to do standard form. So 0, 1 and negative 1, 4. We still have to get the slope. The slope is 1 minus a minus 4 over 0 minus a minus 1. That is 5 over 1. So that is putting in the slope, we get 5x minus y equals, and we need to stick in a point. 0, 1 gives us negative 1 on the outside. There we go. Now, you should note that if we stuck in this point instead, we'll still end up with the same line. If we stick in a -1 and a -4, we get 5 times a -1 is -5 minus a -4. -5 plus 4 is still a -1. So it really didn't matter whether we did that point or that point when we stuck them in, because they both had better work. That's what we're doing. We're writing the equation of the line with both points in it. So that's kind of important. All right, the next one down. The slope is going to be what is that? -1 minus a -2 over 5 minus 2. Is that a y minus a y over an x minus x? -1 plus 2 is 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. That's a 1/3. Using this slope-intercept form here, we get 1x minus the opposite side, 3y, equals, and then stick in one of the points. Let's try a 5 and a -1. 5 plus 3 is 8. We get that guy right there. Now you could try the other one just to make sure. If we stick in a 2 minus 3 times a -2 there, 2 minus a -6 gives you 8. Either way. And that's actually how you can check and make sure that you know we got the right answer. We wrote the equation of the line where both of those points work. And number 29. -2,7 and -2,5. Now you'll notice the x is exactly the same in both of these. You could skip to the end and say, oh, well then x has to equal -2, and we're going to get that. The official way is to get the slope. Slope is 7 minus 5 over -2 minus a -2, and that is 2 over 0, which is, oh, stick that in your calculator and you get bad news. Error. This is undefined. So all undefined are in the form x equals something, and that tells you your x value right there. Good.